I love this guitar though. Perfect. Cool.
YouTube and Facebook.
Can you see if people are online?
There's 27 people on Facebook right now. There's 36 people, 40, it's going up. 50.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, everybody, we start in 2 minutes. We wanted to get here early to give you a chance to get online.
Chat's going off. I can see both.
Okay, these guitars are like right in tune. Okay, perfect.
Can everybody hear you okay?
Yep.
Want to ask how it sounds?
Okay. I can't believe it. Can you move that phone in like the other room? Is it a 262 area code?
Yes. Should I answer it?
Okay. Unbelievable. Okay, 6 o'clock, time to rock. Hi, everybody. I'm Angelo Batio. We're going to do something different this evening. And thank you for coming here. We are doing something, it's a multi-platform system tonight. Now, we are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. We were going to go live on Instagram, but Instagram doesn't have the same kind of high fidelity that the other two platforms have. So we would have had to set up an extra camera, and we decided to do these two. We'll post it on Instagram later. But this is a guitar workshop, and it's sponsored by Sawtooth Guitars, Sawtooth Amps, and ChromaCast Music Products. And after I just talk briefly about this, then I'm going to play a lot of songs for you, and some that you haven't heard me play at all, some that I don't normally play in sets. So this is something I wanted to make very special. I have a brand new line of signature guitars with Sawtooth, but with this coronavirus, I almost wanted to think, I almost came out here with a mask going, no, I've been in Slipknot secretly for like the last 20 years, bro. But I decided, no, I'll just come out as me. But what I wanted to tell you is that we have the MAB Signature Series coming out, and we have a lot of different prices of guitars. There are 2 guitars that are coming out very, very soon. This is one of them. It is called the M24. And let me just tell you this, as far as the price point of this guitar, we are in the $400 price range, and this has an original Floyd Rose made in Germany, the top of the line Floyd. You are not going to find better guitars for the money anywhere on planet Earth, and this is only the beginning. I have a huge line coming out. We have 2 brand new signature series guitars. This is the M24, and it is in satin white. It's really cool. It's not shiny. It's like a flat white color. It looks amazing in person, and the neck feels fantastic. And the trim is the bad boy German-made, top-of-the-line Floyd in the $400 price range. Now, I also, too, Sawtooth Guitars will be posting this on Facebook. There is a 20% discount on every single item that Sawtooth makes. So, in other words, if you buy this guitar today, you get 20% off, and it's coming in the next shipment of guitars. We ordered a bunch of them. Now, another thing that's great about Sawtooth is that every signature guitar in my line and every guitar that they make is also available in the left-handed models. Why is that cool? I am left-handed. So anyway, no more talk. I'm going to play one of my songs. This is called Prague. And Prague is short for progressive. And let me give you a little background about this song. When I wrote the song No Boundaries, I did not know it would become a famous song. Never, no artist ever knows. You just write the best stuff you can, and you hope people like it. But I got so tired of playing that song that I said to myself, I need another song like No Boundaries that's just as impactful and wild in this space of like 4 minutes. And so I wrote this song called Prague, and it tried to replace No Boundaries. Did it do it? No. It's kind of like saying, and I'm not equating myself to the Beatles or other bands, but does one hit song replace another? No. You end up just liking the ones you like. Then anyway, this was my song. It is my song. And this was the reason that I wrote this song. It is called Prague. Let's rock. That is Prague. I want to change guitars now and switch to my second signature guitar in the MAB line. Now remember, everybody, this is the beginning. My new album is going to be coming out very soon. Next week, we are going to have a major announcement. My record has been done since last year. With this coronavirus, should I be wearing a mask? No, because I'm social distancing. I'm hereby. Do you see anybody within 2 meters of me? No. So I'm doing my part. But what happened was it got delayed like everything else. Everything got canceled. But what we did do is we've been working very hard with Sawtooth Guitars to develop my signature line. And let me tell you something that I love about this company. We are trying, whoops, sorry. What I love is that this music is trying to tell me to shut up and just play guitar. But anyway, what I want to tell you about it is that we are starting with price points to bring in new guitar players, not just ones that know, they want certain frets, they want certain this, because everything's here. We have medium jumbo frets. See, I always used to use jumbo. Why? Because that is the shredder's choice. But we decided on something different, medium jumbo. So if you want to shred, you can shred on these. But if you're a purist and you want to just play, quote, rock or different styles of music and not just totally riff out, this guitar feels perfect. So we found that fine line. I'm going to play, again for you, that next song, and I'm going to switch guitars. Let's set this down. Okay. You haven't seen this bad boy before. This is the M24 in satin black. These are the first two signature guitars of my line. Now, there's going to be a lot of, you can't even imagine the cool stuff we're doing. But what I can tell you is this. This guitar doesn't have a locking trem, but it has a string through. And so in other words, the strings come through the body here. And this guitar is made out of a really cool wood called sycamore. See, another thing that I love about Sawtooth guitars, we're thinking about the environment. Let me tell you, I didn't even know sycamore existed. This is super light. It's got a maple neck. Sycamore is grown in the United States. It's grown all over the world, especially in Asia. And so these are really tall trees. They're really abundant. And so, and they're super light. This guitar is we made my new double out of sycamore. Now, what I love about this is it feels fantastic. It plays great. And this is just the beginning of my line. This guitar goes for around $250. And it screams, and you're going to hear it. And then we're going to start, you're going to see all the other signatures unfold as the year progresses. We have a lot of things on the pipeline, including a 7-string, even my double guitar. And so, but I'm also too, right now, Sawtooth has a sale, 20% off everything. So if you order this guitar or the M24 in satin white, you get 20% off today. Now, this next song I want to play is one that I did on my Intermezzo album, and it was like a 10-minute epic. And it is called 8 Pillars of Steel. And the 8 pillars means it was me plus 7 guest artists like Jeff Loomis, Andrea Martingeli, Dave Reffett. Then we also had George Lynch. We had Craig Goldie, Rusty Cooley. We had, classic artists like George Lynch who took a very cool interpretation. And then we had shredders like Rusty Cooley, Dave Reffett, like I said, Jeff Loomis that just tore it up. But anyway, I'm going to play my version, this version just for me, that I edited down so it's not the 10-minute long epic. You hear one solo, why? So anyway, this song is called 8 Pillars of Steel. Here we go. think we're out of focus a little bit here. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you. And I just want to say again, what you just saw me play that was perfectly in tune is one of my new signatures, and it's one of many that are coming up with Sawtooth. You know, I keep doing that. You know why? Because the music is telling me, shut up, play! So anyway, I'm going to play. And again, every guitar that you see me play, everything in the Sawtooth line is on sale for 20% off. Now, this is a really special guitar for me. Now, I know that it looks really light. It's actually kind of yellowish, like a manila kind of color, almost like my Sawtooth amps here. But it photographs really light and really white. But I love this guitar. This is one of the ES series. Now, one thing I like about it, I really don't like 21 frets. So the typical Strats or Telecasters that you get are 21. I'm used to 22 or 24 or more. And so this one has 22. And again, I can't say enough. We want to bring in new guitar players as well as keep the established guitar players happy. The people at Sawtooth, they know manufacturing like no one I've ever talked to in my life. I mean, we're using woods that are environmentally friendly, that are very abundant. We're doing things that are different, and we're giving you the best features at a price that'll blow your mind. This is under $200. And wait till you hear the way this sounds. It's Sycamore. See, the purists, the elitists, don't like Sycamore. They don't even know about it. And why? Because they're, you know, alder, basswood, mahogany, swamp ash. And so, you know what I said to everybody who is an elitist? This is my job. I'm an expert at one thing, music. If you want to ask me about things about doctors, I know nothing. Politics, forget it. And so, but I can tell you this, that here's my saying for today, because everybody talks about thinking outside the box. You want to know my saying about thinking outside the box? You have to know what's in the box to think outside the box. I know what's in the box. I've been signed to major labels not once but twice. My first band, Holland, had a song called Wake Up the Neighborhood. The label loved it so much, they put it in a movie called Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Now here's me in my 20s. I'm on Polygram Records with the soundtrack of a movie that we have the major song, Sarah Jessica Parker, Helen Hunt, Shannon Doherty, Jonathan Silverman were all in this movie, and we had the main song in the movie. That was released on Polygram, but we were signed to Atlantic Records. I was on 2 major labels, 2 at the same time. I was like, I'm living the life, dude. But what I did is I remember something that I live by, and I've told people that have watched my lessons. Always a student. If you think you know so much that you can't learn something new, life's over. Always be a student. Always learn. Always think. Always say, you know what? There are new things, new ideas out there. That's what we're doing with Sawtooth. Wait till you see some of the stuff that's coming out. It's just not in yet. So when people say, oh, Michael, you're playing standard shapes. Yeah, for right now, this is what we're doing. But wait till you see what's coming in. We had just a thing like a pandemic, halt production on a lot of things. So anyway, I want to play something that you don't really know that I can do. Jimi Hendrix. Now, you know where I saw Jimi Hendrix first? I was a kid. I was actually a little kid, and my mom took me to see the Monkees. I hated the Monkees. I didn't want to see the Monkees. Guess who opened up for the Monkees? Jimi Hendrix. Check this out. I like the Monkees now, though. All right. Okay, I want to switch guitars now, and I'm going back to the M24 in black. Now again, this guitar is literally around $250, and there is a 20% discount on all the guitars in the Sawtooth line today. Now, I can't say enough about the company. They are just great people, and I love working with them, and we are getting a little feedback from the mic. Yes, you know why? Because I like to yell. So anyway, I want to also say that, you know, some of the people we listen, if you are interested, we have had over 10,000 people sign up for my YouTube page in the last few weeks. And my YouTube page is Michael Angelo Batio Official. My official Facebook page is Michael Angelo Batio Official. My official Instagram page is Michael Angelo Batio Official. And so we are doing a lot of content now. And you know, one of the things that I've always done in my career, when I did my early instructional programs, like my original Starlix video, then a few years later, Speed Kills, the thing that I loved about it, it was real and it was in your face. And I love performing live. I have a new record coming out. You're going to hear major announcements next week. But also one of the questions that people asked me repeatedly in the lessons that I've been giving, because I want to help you. I seriously want to help you. And it's a little bit self-serving, because if people ask me questions about technique and I can answer honestly, see, I never say to be honest, because that implies what other times you lie. So what I can tell you this is, if I can give you the best explanation, the most real explanation, and the one that I truly believe in my heart, it not only helps you, it helps me understand what I can do on guitar. But here's one of the questions I've heard over and over and over. They want me to get more in detail, more advanced lessons than what I did on these Facebook Live and now, you know, YouTube Live broadcasts. But here's what I can tell you. What I want to show the people now is that it takes confidence. It takes a mindset to be able to play good. If you want to go into advanced and detail, get my instructional programs. Speed Kills works. Go to metalmethod.com. Go get my original style. I produced the very first shred guitar video ever on planet Earth, but before Paul Gilbert, before Yngwie, before anybody. And so watch it and watch the comparisons of today. And you know what you're going to find? I'm just as fast back then as guitarists are today, and my methods worked back then. Why? Because I didn't do it just for the moment. I said to myself, what are people going to think about this 20 or 30 years from now? And so I had a method with the madness. You know, they say, you know, there's a method to the madness. Well, my madness was to help you, and in turn help me understand what I can do on guitar and why I could do it. Now, I'm going to play a song that I wrote called Rainforest. I love the country of Brazil, and I'm using, again, this M24 that literally is $250. I love this guitar. I'm telling you, Sycamore is super light, and the resonance of this guitar is amazing. So here we go. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to stop this. Okay, thank you. Fun stuff. Now I'm going to switch guitars, and I want to say something else about the guitars. Not only can you get these guitars on right-handed versions, but every model that Sawtooth Guitars makes is available in the left-handed version. And this is something I had tried to do for a long time. Nobody got it. I'm left-handed. I was born left-handed. I write left-handed. I play a double guitar, which is left-handed. And by the way, Sawtooth built my latest double guitar. It's the best one I've had in years. It is so stable, and if any of you saw me on tour, which some of you did, this last big tour that I did before this whole coronavirus craziness, you saw me play it every night. It was amazing. It was far better than the ones I had gotten previously to this. Now, one of the things too, you can upgrade these guitars. And so, for example, my M24 in satin white or M24 in satin black, now you have that original German-made, top-of-the-line Floyd Rose coming stock on that version, but you can also upgrade the tuners, you can upgrade the pickups, and they offer a version too that is not that much more than the original. And I cannot say enough about this company. I mean, they are thinking in ways that nobody's thinking right now, because again, it's easy to make a super expensive guitar. It's easy to make $1,000 guitar. It's easy to make a $2,000 guitar. You find the right person that builds it, you just pay them to do it. And so, but it's harder to make something that people who are just starting and that people who are on a budget can afford, but that's a really great instrument, and that's what we're doing. We want to appeal to guitar players, and you're going to see, again, you're going to see my line unfold. But we also want to appeal to people who are just starting out and say, you know what, I want a really kick-butt guitar. I don't want some piece of garbage that somebody's trying to pawn off because they really want you to buy that $1,000 or the, I always say this, the $6,000 special. So anyway, I'm going to play a song for you that is kind of cool. You know what? Let me switch guitars here because this is not the guitar that I want to use on this song, but this is called a Heritage series. It sounds amazing. Let me go back to this. Sorry, I'm talking away. I'm going to use this guitar. Now, I have literally 16 plus solo albums out. You know how many are tributes out of the 16 plus? Only 2. But I do really cool mashups and really cool medleys of other people's music, and I do it as tributes. And so I want to play a song that you haven't heard me play before by one of my favorite bands, Metallica. But this is not the Metallica medley that has millions of views on YouTube. This is something you haven't heard me play before. It is called Wherever I May Roam. Now I'm playing this on the M24, and again, a top of the line, the best of the best Floyd Rose in the $400 price range. You can't beat it. It's amazing guitar. I love it. And it's only the beginning. I designed a double guitar. I designed a quad guitar. I designed great signature guitars over my career. I still got the passion for it. I'm just telling you, wait till you see what we're going to be coming out with. It's really cool. Okay, here we go. Yes! I love that song. Thank you. Now, I had a lot of requests for this next song, and I'm going to switch guitars. This song is one of hope. And I get, hang on a second, let me set this down. I just want to tell you, I get a lot of people that tell me, you know, that they're frustrated on guitar and they're frustrated playing a certain technique. And here's what I can tell you, and it's a quote by Henry Ford. If you don't, people outside the United States, Ford Motor Cars, the guy, he not only developed mass production, the reason that we have assembly line production today is because of Henry Ford. And he had the greatest saying, one of them that because I live by sayings, like, I'm the one, you know, who told you it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Also, I've said this about criticism. Wise men don't need it and fools won't heed it. So criticize all you want. You can criticize me. I get things, you know, online. I'm like, where are you coming from? But you know what? It's inspiration for me because I believe in myself. And sometimes I have a crazy belief. And you know why? Henry Ford said it best. If you believe you can or you can't, you're right either way. And that's simple. And so, you know, when people say, well, why are you doing this or why are you doing that? And, you know, they postulate and they have these absolute truths about me. You know what I say to myself? I believe in myself enough to believe in the decisions that I make. And I am so happy that I'm with Sawtooth Guitars. Listen to the amplifiers. They sound amazing. And so, and if you saw me on tour, you saw me with these same Sawtooth amps. They're only 20-watt tube amps, but a 20-watt tube amp can outpower a 100-watt virtual effects amp, you know, virtual processing amp. It's just the way it is. It literally pushes air. Now, the song I want to play now, I'm going to play actually two with this. This is called the Heritage Series Les Paul. See, what Sawtooth does is this. They give you price points, they give you prices on a guitar so you can buy that guitar, but they also offer an upgrade. And so what I did, and that is, you know, on the M24s, it's the Americana series, and this is the Heritage series. And what the upgrades are this, you know, Grover tuning keys, Seymour Duncan, I really like 59s, and that's what they put in the guitars. And so, I mean, obviously you can get what you want, but we use 59s. They sound amazing. They're high output, but you know what? I don't always just like to shred, and I'm not really a big fan of pointy guitars right now. And so, and it's just because I didn't grow up playing them, and also they break a lot. You know, the points break. Whoa, I got this brand new guitar and it's broken. And so, you know, I wanted to play things that I like, and I love this guitar, and I love the scale length. They make amazing guitars. I'm gonna play 2 songs in a row for you. I'm gonna play my song called Freight Train on this. And then I'm going to play another one of my songs called 2X again. Here we go. Now, I want to start with something that you haven't seen me play much now. I love playing acoustic guitar, and I want to do a little bit for you on acoustic. Sawtooth makes great acoustic guitars. One of the ways you can tell a good acoustic guitar is the low end. And they have incredible low end on these guitars. I'm going to need a little help here too. One of the people that made this responsible is Austin Brady. He was also in a major label band, and we have toured together before, but he's going to help me out here. Are you ready? Let's shut this down. Okay. Yes. Now, this guitar comes normally, and it has this here, a top-of-the-line Fishman preamp system. But what I wanted to do is show you how good it sounds in your face and live and mic'd up. So, Austin, are you on camera there? This is the guy that, he's really great. He's the one who figured out how to do this multi-platform system, and it's been really fun hanging out with him on the road. Plus, like I said, he was in a major label band. And your band?
We're called Out Came the Wolves.
Exactly. In fact, when we were on tour, there were people that came to see him. They're like, oh my God. So anyway, so here we go. This Sawtooth acoustic, listen to low end. That's one of my songs called Peace. And also other. I can go on and on. Okay, now I want to play a song for you that I released on one of my solo albums. It's a cover called Dream On, but I want to do it acoustically. Here we go. Whoops, sorry about that. Stuff happens. Yes. Let me turn this off. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to say this. In conclusion, I've always wanted to help guitar players, and I've had a lot of accolades in my life. I have a guitar in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, so many things have happened, you know, been voted on these best of lists all these years. But one of the things that really gratified me more so than all the tours, all the countries, is just having people come up to me and say, you know, Michael, your lessons, your teachings really helped. All I can tell you is this. I say what I do what I say. I love Sawtooth guitars, I love Sawtooth amps, I use ChromaCast products, and they are amazing. They're 20% off now. You have just seen the beginning of my signature series, and they totally rule. Sawtooth guitars rule, Sawtooth amps rule, ChromaCast products rule. They have other main endorsees, Rudy Sarzo from a few big bands, let's see, Ozzy, Whitesnake, Quiet Riot, not too bad. And they also have Vinny Appice playing Sawtooth drums. Now let's see, what was his first job? John Lennon, he's pretty big, I think. He was pretty big. When you heard Neon Nights from Black Sabbath, that was Vinny Appice. If you heard Rainbow in the Dark, that's Vinny. He played in Dio, he played in Black Sabbath, he played with John Lennon. He's an amazing drummer. He is the main artist endorsee for Sawtooth drums. Anyway, I just want to say this. In conclusion, thank you very much. I'll be here again next Thursday, 4 o'clock California time. I'm Angelo Batio for Sawtooth Guitars, Sawtooth Amps, and ChromaCast Music.